Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the f*** up.
You're listening to Believe You Me with Michael the Count Bisping and Paul Felder.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Granted, we are a day late, but still the number one podcast on planet Earth is back. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't Felder's fault. For once, it wasn't Harrington's fault either. He's not muted. I'm not muted. We're all here. We're suited and booted. We're ready to rock and roll. We got lots of things to talk about. We got UFC 317. Ilia Topuria might just be the most sensational fighter the sport's ever seen.
My goodness.
First of all, Paul Felder, you had a week off.
I
what
did.
on earth have you been doing with yourself?
Nothing. Great. Surviving the heat. Small children, lots of toys in the house, playing pretend, hide and seek, riding my bike a lot outside, sweating a lot. Had a new bike fit, Michael.
You like to sweat?
I do like to sweat. And I took that bad boy out and have been getting after it and hit some pads and just trying to not die in this humidity here on the East Coast. It's brutal, but it's been great. It's been great to just chill at home and not be thinking about getting on an airplane for a few weeks. It's just nice to have that kind of
bro. Obviously, you know, we're not getting into it. Same thing every time, but I did
not complaining.
Canada, I did do Baku, and then I was home for 2 days, and I went to Vegas. We had a shoot for True Classic. There was me, Machida, Wonder Boy. There was a few of us. It was a very, very funny commercial. Then the Wayne Show. Then Power Slap. The Wayne Show went viral because I said that Laura Sanko's got bigger tits than DC. And then everyone was calling me, you know, oh my God, that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. You know, that's misogynistic. That's this, that's that. It's like, dude, relax. They were like, people were saying, Sanko's married, Bisping's married. That's crazy. It's like, bro, it's a joke at DC's expense. She's a female.
That was my burner account. Sorry for that. I didn't mean to put you on the spot like that.
Paul's trolling us all. So, yeah, no, it was a busy one. And I flew home Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Seemed like a good idea when I was booking it because I wanted to
get back home.
Get her back home. Best seat in the house on the couch and stuff with the family and the kids and the complaining. You mentioned there before about having young kids. Whilst I do miss that phase of my life, Paul, the toys with small kids.
Tripping over them. Oh, God.
Standing on them.
Did we just move
the unboxing at Christmas of them?
And then you need a screwdriver. You need batteries. Oh, that doesn't come with batteries. Do we have any AAA batteries? Do we have any AA batteries? And then they got these tiny screws in them. You have to have like a watch screw or a glass screwdriver.
You're gonna have the precision screwdriver.
Trying to get it out, and it's like I don't have that shit just laying around on Christmas morning.
And the plastic.
We just moved and now they're zip tied into half of these things. Like a Barbie's hair is like zip tied into the damn thing. You can't even get it out. And we moved the couch the other day because we were putting a new rug underneath of it. And we have a love sack, I think they're called, like the sectional
love
pieces
seat.
that you can like put them all over the place. You can like rearrange how they're connected. Love sack, I think it's called.
Oh, a love sack.
And you can change the cover of it. Yeah. A love seat. Yeah, no. These are like
for the non-American audience in England. Sorry, in America, you guys call a two-seater couch a love seat, which I never understood. But now I've been here 14 years. I get it. It's a love seat. It's a two-seater. What the frick is a love sack? I mean, I can think what a love sack is.
No, it's not. It's not that.
A love sack.
No, it's not. It's not that kind of sack.
I've been emptying my love sack lately.
Love sack. I'm gonna pull up a picture for you.
He's looking it up.
Okay, yeah. So this is an idea. Like you can make it like that. You can make it long. You can make one section more of a bed section. So anyway, we put all of them together. We have a big one of them upstairs, but we're putting a new carpet under. Dude, the amount of toys and little tiny bits and like a little piece of a doll and then a bunch of Cheez-Its come rolling out that Ruby had dropped into the couch a year ago. And there's
a little snack.
The amount of crumbs. Yeah, there was a little love snack in the love sack that we had there.
Again, a love
not
snack
that kind of snack.
Else, you know. Jeez Louise, we're gonna get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah,
well, I hope you enjoyed your week at home. And we got nothing on this week. We got no fights. 4th
got
of
nothing.
July weekend.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I'm gonna barbecue
what
it
will you
up.
be doing, Paul? How will you be celebrating the War of Independence?
You know, we'll probably get a few people over, or just maybe even me and the fam, and barbecue it up. Get some burgers, hot dogs, and then if anybody does come over, maybe I'll get my brothers to come over, play a cornhole, little game outside.
I will be barbecuing.
How about you?
Even though on the Wayne show, it was the 4th of July show, even though it was the 27th of June, but whatever. They were like, we got a Brit on the 4th of July show. I'm like, it's not the 4th of July. And then the whole time, you know, I have to just deal with these comments. And it's like they think it bothers me. No one in England knows about 1776. And I say that, and yeah, because you don't want to talk about your defeats. It's like, it's not a touchy subject. And then I feel like in the nature of the show, I've got to spar with them a little bit. You know, that's just who I am. And I'm like, well, you know, don't worry about independence. We've given a lot of countries independence. At one point, we ran the world, and I don't know, just coming out with dumb shit, just trying to counter their stuff. Like I remember Sean Strickland when I interviewed him in the cage once. He's like, 1776, Bisping, how you like that? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't do anything to me.
It's like being in Germany and being like, hey, World War II, we took you guys down. And they're like, yeah, we didn't like that guy was a piece of shit. Yeah, don't worry. We're with you.
Yeah. So anyway, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'll be home for a week, which is great, as you say. Yeah. But never mind that. UFC 317 International Fight Week. We had BJJ, didn't watch it. We had the Hall of Fame, didn't watch it. We had Power Slap, worked it. We had the weigh-in show, worked out, and we had the fight. And I think and then Dana was promoting Canelo versus Crawford.
Yeah, the boxing. So
just an insane week. An insane week. But top of the bill was Ilia Topuria versus Charles Olivera. Of course, we all know that he beat him, he crushed him, he knocked him out cold. That was one of the most vicious knockouts that I can remember in recent history, because the right hand was devastating. Then he throws the left hook. He was already unconscious. He headbutts his own knee on the way down.
Yes.
He's unconscious with the eyes open, which is what made it look so haunting. And then Topuria's hammer fisting him, and his head's bouncing around with his eyes open. And I hate to say it, but he looked like he'd been shot in the head. He looked like a dead man. It was vicious.
He was out bad. Yeah, I mean, the hammer fists were just not unnecessary. I'm not saying Topuria did the wrong thing. You got to go in there and finish the job 100%. But he was out from that right hand. Left hook landed. Let's take a look. Dude, the jab, the way he used the jab to set all of this up in that fight was freaking ridiculous. The way he pump fakes him with that first one gets Charles to go up. He was reading exactly what he was going to do every time he was putting that jab out there. He would fake one. He'd go low with one. We talked about it last week about how this kid's boxing is just unreal. But we also got to see he got Charles in a crucifix almost immediately on the ground after defending the takedown, reversing it. Like, come on.
Yeah, I forgot about that bit, because obviously the knockout is what stands out. Charles gets the body lock, I think it was, almost gets the takedown. Last second with his athleticism, his scrambling, his core energy, strength, lands on top position. And you're right, within seconds, he's past guard. He's got Du Bronx in a goddamn crucifix, and I'm watching it with Callum going, oh my God, he's got him in a crucifix. What the hell?
Yeah.
And
that's why I think everyone is finally getting on board and saying that this kid has the potential. I won't say it yet, because let's give him a little more time. He's still only 28 years old. But I mean, I'm seeing people already write on social media, like this kid could be the next John Jones, the next GOAT, the next best thing to come into MMA. If he keeps beating these absolute legends the way he's doing, dude, and he's only hunting more. He wasn't even supposed to talk about it, but he's chasing Islam. That's what he wants next, to just put another scalp on his trophy wall. And he hasn't even shown all the wrestling yet. He hasn't even shown the submission skills. So,
well, we'll get to what's next in just a little bit, but let's just continue talking about that fight a little bit, because you're right. The jab, he jabs to the body, then he jabs him hard in the head. and then he backs up as well, which makes Oliveira go after him. So then when he throws that right hand, it's two forces combining. An unstoppable force meets the immovable object, or whatever that stupid saying is. It was just beautiful. It was absolutely fantastic. And now he's the pound for pound number one.
Number one. Yeah.
In the rankings. How do you feel about that?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because the pound for pound, right, at the end of the day, is supposed to be, if everyone is equal in weight and size, who's skills and who's more dominant no matter what. And I it's hard to argue that kid, skill-wise, and what he's done so far in his run and being undefeated, like how do you not put him there? Now, if Islam goes and beats Jack, then we've got an argument going back and forth between the two of them right now. But I think based on just what he performed and where we're at today, I have no problem with him being number one. I do think Pantoja should be kicked up a bit higher. I think he's kind of getting left out of maybe just because it's the flyweights and it's the smaller guys. Sometimes we just don't put as much value on that. But man, he just went and dusted another. He's just ticking them off and cleaning an entire division out. If he keeps doing what he's doing, I mean, he's going to be the best flyweight ever. Yeah.
Well, if on Topuria, it ain't John Jones at number one. We know that these days. He's walked away from the sport, so he's out. I sat down and had a couple of drinks with Tom Aspinall Saturday night. We'll talk about that in a bit, about what he wants next and how he feels about everything. But regarding Islam, Islam, phenomenal, of course, but he did get knocked out against Adriano Martins. So that kind of hurts it a touch. He beat Volkanovski twice, but that was someone from 145 going up. Topuria was the 45 champ. Then he goes to 155, knocks out Volkanovski, Holloway, then do Bronx, all in successive fashion. Has there ever been a rise better than that? Conor McGregor was great, and he beat Aldo in 12 seconds, then Eddie Alvarez, but then he lost to Habib.
Yeah.
I think what he has done is better than anyone, better than what John Jones did. Yeah, John Jones came in the sport, youngest champion, but Topuria, holy effing shit, man. Yeah. It's insane.
And it's how he's doing it. I mean, and it's not only just how, right, but the way that he handles himself. So he's taking all that bravado that we got when we had Conor's rise, right? The shit talk, the predictions, all that. But then he does it just even cleaner and quicker than, now granted, when Conor knocked out, like we talked about Aldo, that was, I mean, one of the fastest KOs ever. But Topuria is, in my opinion, doing it against better competition and also selling it like crazy and backing it up, celebrating his victory with his team and his family and cheersing and standing on the freaking restaurant couch thing and
around.
Just like, what? It's like, oh, he's arrogant. It's like he just knows that he's better than these guys right now. And he's proving that he is.
And he does it with a certain grace. I mean, obviously we're here glazing him big, but like he does it where like, you know, I mean, the man's stylish, he's cool, he's calm. The least calm and composed thing he did was push Paddy Pimblett. Again, we'll get to that in a minute. That wasn't smooth, man.
He was trying to hold the belt. So he's like,
it was the worst push ever. The belt just fell off. You know, for a moment, he looked human, you know?
Yeah, he did. We need that. We need Illia to have a little bit of humanity out there. My God, we need something to dish you on, Topuria, because otherwise we're just going to sit here, you know, love sacking the shit out of him.
I finished you.
T-Rex arms.
Yeah, no, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. All right, well, let's get into that. So afterwards, he calls Armin a bitch, I think. He calls Paddy a blonde bitch. Didn't mention Justin Gaethje, I don't think, but it showed those three guys in there. Paddy obviously storms the gates, comes in. You can see there he's a lot bigger. But they're all bigger. Big. They're all bigger than Ilya. He's kind of a short guy.
He's not a big guy. He's not a big guy, but I'll tell you what, tell that to his left hook and his right hand, and your chin will think that he was Francis Ngannou in there when he lands on you, because he puts these guys leap.
If you had to choose for Ilia Topuria, the next matchup, what are you picking?
You know, I think that I would like to see Gaethje and Paddy fight. And that leaves one person that's right up there that has done things to get the good graces back with the UFC and making weight as the backup fighter for this. I say, if you want to get Ilya back in there sooner than later and have another title defense, let him go fight Arman Sarukian. Let Justin and Paddy fight for who's next, and then they fight. But I mean, in an ideal world for the company and for pay-per-view buys and all that, you slide Paddy in there. But I wouldn't mind seeing Topuria. Now that he's such a star, I don't think it even matters who you met. Like, he's getting to the point now with that performance and the performances in his last 3 fights where he doesn't need somebody like Paddy to necessarily get a ton of buys. I think it would do insane numbers because of the both of them together. But I think he should fight again before he gets the title shot. I think that's justified. What do you think?
So if you do it from like a legit sports, if you look at it through meritocracy, shall we say, then I think it's clear that Arman Sarukian should be the next guy. He deserves it. He was the number 1 contender. He didn't make weight. He hurt his back, whatever the situation was. He did weigh in as the backup fighter today and said at the post-fight presser that bought him some. It was a step in the right direction, I think the words were. But again, they're still a little bit unreliable. Now, when you got Paddy, obviously that's a superstar, right? He got the biggest pop. When they showed Paddy on camera, he got the biggest pop, I think, out of anyone. So you could argue that now's the time to capitalize. Because if you put him in there with Justin Gaethje, then and he gets beat, he gets smoked, he gets knocked out, then that's
just gone. It's gone. You're right. It's a tricky situation because you got Gaethje too, who's been very vocal and has been loud and kind of upset that he wants to be next. Now maybe they convince him to do one more, but you're right. I mean,
so it's like if I think I'd give it to Paddy. I'd say, but well, hold on a minute. According to Dricus du Plessis, you must have saw this. According to Dricus du Plessis, he's fighting Hamza in Chicago, and Justin versus Paddy is the co-main event. And Dricus will know that. He will know the co-main event because he's on a percentage of the pay-per-view. So you want to know what the undercard is because it gets so excited, and you're going to.
And he's probably like,
he's
pumped about that. Hell yeah! Give me that main event.
And maybe that's why Dana was like pumping the brakes on it a bit at the post-fight press. He's like, "What the f is going on? Who let Paddy in there?
Yeah,
Paddy's got to fight."
Yeah, but if you're Paddy, you're like, shit. Yeah, I'll get in there, no problem. Who cares? I wonder if that fight is happening, right? And let's say Dricus maybe did leak something that shouldn't have been said out loud quite yet. I wonder if they had to really sweeten the pot for Justin Gaethje to be able to do that. Because he was pretty pissed off that he wasn't going to be getting the title shot, felt disrespected, blah blah blah. I wonder if they had to even upgrade him to a level where he's getting even more money to fight Paddy at this position. I wonder. If so, good for him. Hey, I mean, we said that, right? We said he's not going to fight anybody. I was like, but man, when the UFC knows what they want, if they want something, that wallet will get opened up for somebody like Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, and they're not talking small amounts of money either.
No.
And for all, and again, I don't want to sound like a company man, but knowing stuff, having fought for the company for years, and you have as well, and being around, we hear things that maybe you don't hear. Like I remember, I won't say any names, but DC, when he fought Derek Lewis, right? Apparently he got offered a massive bump to take the fight because he was like, Derek Lewis isn't really doing it for me. And they went, well, how about this? From what I hear from sources.
That'll do it for you.
He's like, oh, okay, I'll take it. I'll choke him out quickly.
Yeah. I mean, it would have worked. It would have worked for me. It would have worked for me. Oh, yeah, the only person we want you to fight is Islam. It's not doing it for me. Well, here's this. Hey, guess what?
I do think Topuria has, I think if we're going to see a 3-weight division champion, I think it's going to be Topuria. If Islam can beat Jack, it's a big if. It's a big if.
Big if. But, I mean, Islam is a lightweight moving up, right? It kind of almost works out absolutely perfectly for Ilya if he beats Jack, which again, super hard fight. Who knows who's going to win that fight? But if Islam does, you're right. It's kind of like he's not that. Ilia's not going to be the biggest 55 no matter what. So if to move to 70 is a massive jump for him. But if it's Islam, who even just said openly, he's not purposely gaining a ton of weight right now in order to fight for that belt. He's a pretty big guy anyway. He's probably going to only put on 5 or 6 extra pounds from where he maybe would be. Maybe he's closer to 195, 200 pounds maybe. But can you imagine Islam getting more than 200 pounds? I don't see that.
I don't think so.
Maybe fat, do you know what I mean? But not working out every day and wrestling the way he's going to wrestle. He's probably going to walking around solidly at like 195 pounds. Ilya probably walking around about what, $180, $185 now. I mean, dude, I think we underestimate. I know he's really short. That dude must be dense as shit. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's dense.
All right. Today's episode is brought to you by True Classic. At True Classic, the mission goes beyond fit and fabric. It's about helping you guys show up with confidence and purpose. The gear fits right. It feels amazing. And it's priced so guys everywhere can step into confidence without stepping out of their budget. But what really sets them apart, it's not just the fit or the fabric. It's the intention behind everything they do. True Classic was built to make an impact, whether it's helping men show up better in their daily lives, giving back to undeserved communities, or making people laugh with ads that don't take themselves too seriously. They lead with purpose. I've been wearing True Classic for a while now. You can feel the difference the moment you throw it on. Tailored where you want it, relaxed where you need it, no bunching, no stiff fabric, no BS, just a clean, effortless fit that actually works for real life. Forget overpriced designer brands. Ditch the disposable fast fashion. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, and built to give back. You can grab them at Target, Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/believe and get hooked up today. We just did a shoot for them last week. There was myself, Wonderboy, Henry Cejudo, Misha Tate, Lyoto Machida. When that ad drops, you are going to laugh your ass off. And we all got to wear some True Classic stuff. I'm telling you, the stuff fits really good. It's a really affordable price, and it's really, really good quality. As I said, head on over to trueclassic.com/believe to get hooked up today. I just want to bring this up as well. This is the mental thing about Ilia Topuria, and this is doing the rounds. It's not like some massive groundbreaking news, but I don't think he had. I'm just looking. Yeah. Oh, no, he had 1 knockout pre-UFC.
Yeah.
All submissions.
All subs.
Then he knocks out Damon Jackson, Ryan Hall, Jai Herbert, submits Bryce Mitchell. By the way, Bryce Mitchell's performance has aged very well.
Yeah, people are saying that he did better than these former champs and champs.
Decisions Josh Emmett, and then knocks out Volk, Holloway, and Charles.
Yeah, let's talk about Josh Emmett's fucking chin, too. Okay.
Yeah.
5 rounds with that kid. He went 5 rounds with that kid. No wonder it takes you a while to come back from that one, man. I mean, because you're seeing what he's doing to these last 3 guys who are psycho good fighters, and Josh got hit in the head for 25 minutes from this guy.
Hardest hitter, pound for pound. Do we think that's Ilia Topuria? I mean, if you had to pick the top 5 knockout artists through UFC history, I'll start. I think we've got Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
I don't know about if Conor McGregor's on there, but maybe Conor McGregor, Topuria for sure. I think we got to throw Chuck Liddell in there. Yeah. Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Oh, he was a psycho with his power. Ridiculous.
Who would your top 5 be?
I'm so bad at coming up with these lists off the top of my head. We just did one too, but we did it like under
podcast only a day late. I should have said.
Yeah, I know. I could have been doing my homework.
I just thought of it.
Yeah,
we don't do production meetings on this show. We freestyle it.
We go, and as you can see right now by my now I don't know any UFC fighters' names ever. I don't know anybody's names.
None.
Dude, that's what happens to me when somebody gives me a list. My mind immediately, I think in my head, and there's literally like a white piece of paper there.
Best knockout artists in UFC history. Let's see what Google gives us. Oh, flippity bit, Bob. Anderson Silva's got to be on there.
Yeah.
It's got me. That ain't true. It's got Israel Adesanya.
Who wrote this list? Brian.
No, multiple.
This is why I brought up the segment. I knew my name was going to be on the list, but it ain't me.
Well, multiple people have said that you are the hardest person that's ever hit them in interviews.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Chael Sonnen.
Well, thank you, Brian. I appreciate it, brother. You get in a bonus. Derek Lewis, we didn't even mention him. He's got the most knockouts in UFC history.
Yeah, who else just recently has like the lightweight most knockouts? I heard them saying that they're like, I mean, I think it's Dober of all people. I think Drew Dober might have some of the most knockouts in lightweight history.
He does, if I remember correctly. There's a name on here, and we were messing around. We had some barbecue Sunday night with Callum, and he was talking about how he uses Chat GPT to test him because he's doing his master's degree in business. Yeah. He says he uses Chat GPT because what he can do is ask Chat GPT to devise a test. Not a test, like a test. You know what I'm saying?
Like a quiz. Yeah, give it all the info and say, hey, can you write up a questionnaire for me? Yeah. I've
got to examine this. I want to be tested. So it's like a pre-run, Yeah. And I was like, all right, that's actually a really smart way of utilizing it. I said, oh, yeah, you should think about it for the YouTube videos, And I said, all right, give me a list of the best knockout artists. And it was on there, and it's on here. And I disagree with this. And it's not a disrespect.
It can be, you have to I just downloaded it for the first time not too long ago. I hadn't had it. And I will use it for things like going into fighter meetings to just I take all of our attribute sheets and all of our bios that the UFC gives us, and I send it to chat. And then I say, can you break this down into each matchup, all of these stats that were already given from the UFC to give me a starting point? And then I'll have it search for all the media for somebody, like what's news and story. But you got to be careful and do have to check it because it will give you just wrong shit because of whatever source it's getting. Like some of the last recent fights for fighters are not their last fights. That could be 5 fights ago. And it's like last lost to so-and-so. And I'm like, I call these fights. I know that's not true.
Have you guys
the knockout artist in question that it has on there and Chat GPT and Brian, was Max Holloway. Right. Yeah. Which I disagree with that. Brian, what were you going to say?
So apparently recently, this thing has popped up around ChatGPT called ChatGPT psychosis. And apparently users are developing severe mental health crises, including paranoia, delusions, and breaks with reality after becoming obsessed with ChatGPT.
Oh, so I was going to say, so what causes this? They get obsessed with ChatGPT.
You can talk to it because you can talk to him,
and it'll talk back to you like a person.
Yeah,
can you do that?
I don't use the voice for that reason. I type everything.
And not
only
that,
how do I do the voice?
But
there's a button.
Some interesting facts on Paul Felder.
Depending on the prompts you put in, it can say some really f***ed up shit to you too. Like, apparently ChatGPT is really working people raw.
There is a voice thing.
I don't know how to do give me some scandalous facts on Paul Felder.
Oh, Mike, look, it's this thing on the side. There's like a little squiggle, like little lines. If you click that, you can talk to him and he'll respond.
Oh, at the top right corner.
If you go to the chat, like if you open a chat on the right-hand side, there's like a microphone, and then next to it, I think is the voice activation.
Chat settings. Oh, right. Okay. Response tone. Friendly, inspirational, passionate.
Mine's British, by the way, Michael.
Critical.
Mine's British.
So now how do I talk to it? God,
this little thing.
All right. Well, it's not talking to me.
This little thing here. I can't see it.
It doesn't work like that, Paul, on the thing. It says, Paul Felder is primarily known for his achievements in MMA and his commentary work. Like many public figures, he's encountered some controversies and less than glamorous moments. Do you want me to continue?
What to say?
Here are a few aspects that will be perceived as scandalous or controversial. Fighters' rivalries. Felder has heated exchanges with other fighters, boring. Short notice fights. Felder's willingness to take fights on short notice has sometimes drawn criticism from fans and analysts. No, means you got balls.
Yeah.
You got a love sack.
Yeah, I got a big love sack. It's upstairs though, different love sack.
Social media outbursts. Felder has at times expressed strong opinions on social media regarding fight outcomes. Okay, you have an opinion. Good.
Yeah.
Candor about fighting. Oh God.
Grok seems to be much more charitable to Paul here. It says,
Go on, give us a grog.
it just has the one incident. Allegations of drunken incident at military base in March 2025.
Right. All right.
Beyond
this. Go on.
It says, beyond this, there are no widely reported or substantiated scandals involving Felder. And a lot
All right,
more. But
seeing as we're playing this game, do grok on me.
I will be like,
Oh, God. You might have to say, Michael, you sure you want to air this on here?
It's so funny to hear like an artificial intelligence try to. You can let it rip you though. It will insult you.
I want to learn how to do the microphone thing.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
You have to open a chat. So if you like go to where you would chat to him, to the right bottom corner for me is the.
Do you have to have pro?
Can you tell me something embarrassing about Michael Bisping?
Oh, Michael Bisping has definitely had his share of funny moments, especially since he's got such a great sense of humor about himself. One of the more memorable ones was when he accidentally tried to trash talk a fighter who wasn't actually the one he was fighting. It was just someone who looked like him. He took it all in stride, though. And
is that even true?
I hate how it stutters to make you think that it's a real person.
See? That's where it gets weird. Yeah.
But I like that though, because then I feel like I'm talking to someone.
That's why people are going nuts.
I want it. I want to talk to a fake friend and build a relationship and a rapport.
You can get a GPT girlfriend. So here on Grok it says your scandals are fighting with one eye, steroid allegations and rivalries, but it says that, but then it says you're just accusing other people of steroids.
Thank you very much. I was going to say, what the hell?
And then controversial fight decisions. Apparently Matt Hamill is controversial, legal and financial troubles, and trash talking reputation.
Nah, I'll take it.
It's not bad stuff.
Not bad.
Not bad stuff. Okay, well, listen, we'll talk about how to get the voice activation going.
I'm glad that night in Atlanta didn't make it. You know what I mean?
And maybe I'll start a podcast with ChatGPT. You know,
you were in Atlanta, right? You weren't in.
No, I wasn't there.
No, you weren't in Atlanta. You were in Baku.
Yeah. So I have no idea what you're talking about, Paul. But the comment section will be going round.
Mine. Yeah. No, there's obviously nothing. You weren't even.
No, nothing. Paul Felder would never do anything. All right, that was a big advert for ChatGPT.
Yeah, for real.
All right, so Toporia's the man. We know that.
He's the man.
Yeah. Alexandre. It took me until now to realize it's Alexandre, not Alejandre.
Yeah, Alexandre Pantoja. He's a beast.
Destroyed. Kai
made it look
France.
easy, dude. I know. I think I picked Kai just to be devil's avocado on here too, right? And kind of go the other way. We all know I really had.
Oh, no. That's a bit of a devil's love sack, if you ask me. If I'm saying that.
I was so mad. I was watching it and I was like, God damn it. I was like, I tried to be cool because I was like, oh, maybe he'll pull off some shit. And
it's what he does to everyone.
It's just what he does.
Body lock.
Gets a hold of you, takes your ass down, and looks for himself.
Body lock, leg laces, drags him down, takes the back.
He's a strong little bastard, I bet. I bet he's a strong little bastard, that Pantoja.
Yeah.
I mean, he made that look like nothing. So yeah, that's why I think he's getting a little disrespected even on the pound for pound list. What title defense was that for him?
4. That's 4 defenses.
He's getting there. Maybe if he does it one more time, what did Mighty Mouse have up to?
11.
That's insane. That's insane. Here I am saying Pantoja, if he's on the right track, I take it back. I mean, that's insane.
Okay.
Now, there's an argument for maybe the competition is up or down over years, right?
There you go. You go. Because I think I said this somewhere recently. But, we've talked about this on here, how the sport's always evolving, growing. Access to training is way, way better. Years ago, I was sitting around with 4 guys in a room on a mat. We were trying to figure out how to escape triangles. I always use that as an example. Yeah. Now you just go to YouTube and you can find 1,000. You can find a black belt on almost every street
And
corner.
No matter where you live, you can literally go and find a jiu-jitsu gym. Almost anywhere. And guess what? Get pretty good roles with who those guys are there. Is it going to be the creme de la creme, the best gym. No, but no matter I'm in Delaware County in Pennsylvania, right outside of the city. There's, I think, 4 within a quick drive of me. And I know some of the guys that run a few of them, and they're good black belts. Like I can go and get good. It just shows you how much I really don't love training jiu-jitsu, because I have one literally 5-minute walk down the street with really good guys, and I don't go.
So these are the wins. And by the way, just want to state for the record, not trying to slander Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson.
No, yeah, of course not.
The man's a legend of the sport. I'm just trying to compare the eras. Compare the eras. So the wins that he had were Ray Borg, Wilson Hayes, Tim Elliott, Henry Cejudo, John Dodson, Kyoji Haraguchi, Chris Carriaso, Ali Bagatinov, Joseph Benavidez, John Moraga, John Dodson, Joseph Benavidez, and Ian McCall. So there's some really good names in there.
Good dudes on there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
especially at that time, right? Like Dodson was a problem back then. Like, who else did you just say that I remember being?
Benavidez
in his prime, bro, was a problem. And there were good close fights, especially I think the first one in particular, right, was a really good fight between the two of them.
Tim Elliott.
Tim Elliott's good, man. He's huge too.
And he gave Mighty Mouse some problems. Now, if you look at Pantoja, it's Kai Car-France. Kai Asakura, who made his UFC debut, but he was a Pride or something like that, one FC champ. Steve Erceg and Brandon Royval, and he won the belt off Brandon Moreno.
Yeah.
So, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's horses for courses. No, it's not horses for courses. It's we're splitting hairs.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're splitting horse hairs on the love sack.
Splitting horse hairs on the love sack. You can split a horse hair; they're very thick.
Yeah, I haven't spent much time around horses, though. I'm a city guy, you know.
Oh, bro, don't bring up horses. Well, I brought them up. So Rebecca and Ellie still rides horses. She has a horse. Rebecca had a horse. She bought it years ago. But then she fell off it because the old school believers will remember this. Louis J. Gomez used to give a shit for how much we paid for the horse and whatnot. But she fell off it a couple of times, hurt her back. So now she's leased it out. She gets 15 or 20 grand a year just for leasing it.
That's
but
crazy.
now,
a horse can be like an investment, right?
No one wants to lease it anymore, though. And the horse is old. Do you know what I mean? And we're going to have to pay
then you're stuck with just, hey, call over him.
Well, no.
How much did you get at the glue factory?
Did you get it? You got it? All right, good.
What did he get?
The glue. I think Brian said the glue.
I said, how much did you get at the glue factory?
Yeah. Well.
Eric, we're gonna have. What is it? PETA,
yeah,
coming after us.
Hey, listen, it is what it is. You know, some people eat.
They're big believers. I hear the PETA people.
So we need to get rid of the horse. So if anyone can help us, anyone wants to buy a horse, it's going cheap. And if you want to send it down to the glue factory, feel free. Right, Mikey. She named it Mikey. He had a good life. He's probably like 16, 17 now. It's time.
How long do they live? How long is a horse's life? Generally?
I have no idea. Ellie's got a horse. Which was like 3 times the price what we paid for Rebecca's.
Yeah, I imagine.
And she competes in show jumping and stuff. She does really good. I said does really good. She gets a ribbon and whatever, came third. Yeah. She's never going to make a living out of it. But she loves it. And to her credit, she gets up at 6 a.m. every day, goes off and does her riding before she starts college and stuff, you know, and she is very passionate about it. But it is also very expensive. And I've said to her, I said, Ellie, I feel like this period of your life is coming to a close now. You know, let's be honest, you're never going to go to the Olympics, you know. Yeah. Soon when you finish college, you're going to be in the real world. You're going to be working, you know. I said, we're going to have to sell. What's it called? What does she call hers? Oh, God, I can't even remember. But I said, we're going to have to sell it. Oh, God.
And you have to keep it somewhere else, right? Do you keep
we're going to keep it. That's not cheap. But
that's what I mean.
Yeah. The tears, Paul. So what do you do? Do you break your daughter's heart? Your only daughter? You have a bunch. I have one.
I can break one's heart because I got other ones.
And I got blackmailed into buying her this horse, and she's had it for about 5 years now. But I think now it's time. While the value is still somewhat decent because it's dropped.
Yeah, get that money.
We're going to get that money.
Yeah.
Pantoja, probably going to fight. Well, no, he is going to fight Joshua Van next.
Yeah, we got to talk about Joshua Van too. That kid is good, man. Talk about another kid that's got great boxing. That was a scrap. That was one of the best scraps I've seen in a while. Because you know what? Credit to Royval too, man. He was chucking. He was out there. He was having his moments. He landed some good shots. It was really came down to the end of that fight, and Van pulled out that big punch and that good ground and pound, and he definitely took that back with the vengeance.
Yeah, that's what it came down to. I mean, it was a close fight, and you could make an argument for Joshua Van winning. Yeah, and you could probably fashion together an excuse for where you had Royval.
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was a
good fight, high output. Joshua Van was landing heavier. Brandon Royval probably had the volume.
He was landing more for sure. But you're right. Just when Van would land, it was like, holy shit. He waits a little bit, and then when he goes explosive and he does damage. And
then drops him in the final seconds.
Yeah.
That just sealed the deal.
And you can even see with Royval the way he reacted after that happened. He got up. He was like, I think he knew, like, if I had been the guy that was landing the better shots in that 5th round, maybe I take that 5th round and get a decision. But yeah, getting dropped, you could tell that was heartbreak for him there.
Hey, 23 years old.
Yeah, he's a kid. He's a kid.
See, Callum, I watched it with Callum. Callum's 24 now. And Callum's like, I hate this guy. And I said, why? He was joking. He's like, he's 23.
Yeah,
and look at what he's doing with his life. He's making me feel bad. It's unbelievable. 23 years old. He's been in the UFC for 2 years.
Yeah. Funny thing about him to show his age, right? I was watching one of the interviews that Nina does with them backstage or at just random questions and things like that. And she's like, do you know who Forrest Griffin is? He goes, oh, yeah, the PI guy.
Oh, no. The PI guy.
The PI guy.
Forrest Griffin is literally the reason why the UFC is where it is.
The PI guy. He's 23. He probably wasn't even watching the damn sport yet when Forrest was doing that kind of shit.
2005 was 20 years ago.
Yeah,
he was 3.
He wasn't. And he probably hasn't gone back and watched it all. He got into the sport because the sport, when he's of an age to start training, is huge already.
Can you imagine how small he was at 3? He's not a big guy now. 20 years ago, he was crawling around on the carpet, you know what I mean?
Forrest is fighting Stephan Bonner. Yeah.
Yeah. And then who else did he fight? Shogun. He tapped out Shogun.
Yes, dude. I was a huge Forrest Griffin fan when I was younger, and I was in college when I would watch those fights, and we'd get together on the weekends. I rooted hard for Forrest, and when he beat Shogun, nobody thought he was going to beat Shogun.
No.
When they brought, nobody thought he was going to beat Shogun. That was amazing.
I think in some ways I know Forrest went on to become champion of the world. I think he beat Rashad Evans. But Rashad took the belt off. No, he beat Quinton Rampage Jackson.
He Rampage in a close fight, yeah.
Oh, and that's
when Rampage thinks he won that fight.
Yeah, he got beat, but then Rampage kind of lost his mind a bit, didn't he? I don't know if you remember that. Got in his monstrous truck, was driving down the freeway on the wrong side of the road and stuff. It's crazy. But I think beating Shogun might have been his biggest win. Don't get me wrong, beating Rampage for the belt, of course. I mean, but beating that version of Shogun that came over from Pride, everyone was like, whoa, we got Vanderlei, we got Shogun, we got Mirko, and he taps out Shogun. Crazy.
Yeah. It was nuts. It was not expected to happen. And I lost my shit. And then a lot of those Pride guys had issues and they came over because even Crow Cop, remember when Gonzaga head kick knocked him out?
I was the co-main event. That was the main event.
Oh, yeah. Where was that one?
UFC 70, Manchester.
That was Manchester?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even know that. But yeah, that was bad. That was another one that just Vanderlei got beat up by some people, but he had some crazy wars when he came back. But
I got robbed off Vanderlei. I fought Vanderlei in Australia, UFC 110, close fight.
Yeah.
I did. I'm telling you, I wobbled him a couple of times. I picked him up. I took him down.
I remember that fight.
Slammed him good.
Yeah.
And I remember I slammed him at the end of the second round, and he got me in a guillotine. And I'm telling you, bro, that guillotine was tight. It was
Oh, that's the worst
Squeezing.
feeling in the freaking world. Too.
I was like, I don't believe this. I am getting choked the out. It's like, and then beep, the round went.
Gosh.
And I remember I was on my knees because he was on his back. I'd taken him down. I was on my knees. Referee grabs us. He lets go. And I lift my head up. And right there is Dana and Lorenzo. And I just go, whoo. And they both kind of laughed their ass off. You know, it was close.
Oh, man. Yeah, getting choked in that octagon is the scariest feeling in the world. But getting out is the best. I remember when Charles had me in that. He had me in a like a Darce Anaconda thing, dude. I was gurgling. Like you could hear me. The ref is getting close because I'm like, and when I popped out of that, I was like, oh, I thought that was it. I was thinking in my head, same as you with that guillotine. I remember thinking,
yeah,
I came all the way here. I trained all these weeks, and here I am in the exact same thing I was worried about getting stuck in, and he's choking the shit out of me.
All right, this episode is sponsored by Manta Sleep, and specifically the Manta mask that is going to help you sleep like an absolute baby. Look, listen, just a pinprick of light can disrupt REM and deep sleep, leading to post-sleep tiredness. That is why Manta Sleep covers your face perfectly. Check this bad boy out. Hold on. That's upside down. We'll do this. You put it on there. This thing, now it is blacked out. I can't see a damn thing. Save your jokes about having one eye. I only need one half of this mask. But literally, you can sleep like a baby. I cannot see a damn thing right now. I take this everywhere I go. If you're trying to sleep at night, if you're trying to get a nap during the day, if you're flying on a plane to wherever it could be, maybe it's Baku, wherever you're going or wherever I go, I take the Manta Sleep mask and it ensures that I sleep like a baby. The Manta Sleep mask perfectly covers your eyes, so it's 100% blacked out. It's very luxurious. It's very soft. It's comfortable to wear. You will sleep like an absolute baby. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to mantasleep.com. Use the code there. The code is Bisping, by the way. You get a nice little discount. Mantasleep.com is the website. You want to sleep during the day. You want to sleep like a baby. You want to sleep on an airplane. You want to catch some shut-eye wherever you are. The Manta Sleep mask will definitely help. Go to the link in the comment section down there, mantasleep.com. Remember, for the discount, the code is Bisping. Speaking of anacondas, Terrence McKinney on the prelims grabs the kick, puts him down within seconds.
Choke.
Anaconda, modified guillotine, whatever you want to call it. It was some weird shit, but he chokes him out. So fair play to him. I just had to give him a shout out. Got to talk though about Moicano and Dariush. The best line at the press conference was from Moicano. Is that I'm 15 years. You're what did he say?
15 days, yeah. 50. I'm like 15 days younger.
15 days younger, but I'm balding, so I'm your senior. Yeah, he's a funny guy.
That was great.
He's a funny guy. But got beat off Dariush. Dariush looks really good with the kicks.
We picked it. They doubted us, Michael. They doubted us on this show. Our co-workers doubted us. Yeah, Brian and Harrington.
I'm sorry.
Moicano.
Oh, well, we should think so.
But you know what? I like it. I like it when we get one
I
like
can
that.
only imagine.
Oh,
here we go.
is.
Oh, Johnny come lately.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to slander my boy Moicano, he did get a knockdown in the first round. So, I was on the right track there. Just
it's not how you start. It's how you finish.
Fair enough.
I will say this for a start. No, Harrington, stay on, buddy. Right. Just while your pixelation improves. You started well, not muted. Terrible pick though. You picked Dariush.
I picked Moicano.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, you picked Moicano. But how you been, Harrington?
I've been good, man. Absolutely no complaints. I'm just getting my voice back after a wild Friday night calling an exhibition thing for the Armored League. Great weekend over here, and certainly highlighted by a fun Saturday night. Got to watch fights with Brian for once. That was
that's good.
He came over the crib.
We were hanging out.
Yeah. What's the wildest thing that happened in the armored combat this past one?
Head kick knockout
with the stuff on.
With armor.
In armor.
Can you send me that highlight? Is there a way
I'll see if I can. Yeah, I don't know if they have that one clipped up, but I'll send you the gal who hit it, and she's kind of known for it at this point. And I mean, 150 people crazy. In a pretty tight space in Brooklyn, and they were chanting her name. Yeah, it was sick. It was so sick.
Listen, that's great, but I want to hear about you and Brian on Friday night. Brian, jump on Saturday night. Sometimes you guys, you butt heads here and there. Was everything smooth, or was there a bit of
Yeah, we're
falling
friends.
out?
I'm just a little high strung sometimes.
Other than Brian criticizing the way I made an ice cream cone, I don't think there was any kind of
I did do that.
any kind of back and forth.
What is problematic?
What did you do?
with Harrington's ice cream cone?
To be fair, I made one after, and it wasn't Harrington's fault. It was the ice cream.
Nah. Oh, shoddy ice cream.
You didn't
Probably
soften
full
it
of
up enough, Harrington? Gotta
fillers
soften
and-
it up.
It was
to
too
say-
soft.
Too much.
Yeah, it
Too
was
much. Gotta find
from the
perfect
Amish.
balance.
From the Amish was the good stuff.
Amish ice cream.
Gregory
They know what to do.
Rodriguez almost killed Jack Hermansson.
Yeah, that was scary. I like Jack. And I love Robocop. Those are two guys that you're just, we call these fights. We get to know these guys a little bit. They're two guys that I like personally. And to see Jack get put down that bad was scary. But what a comeback, man, for Rodriguez to get back into the win column with that. Yeah, let's take a look at this. It's
Nice left hook.
oh, dude,
And
he's
then
like, and then the hammer fist. I've been there and I've done that to guys. Was it necessary? Absolutely not. You're in there fighting, man. Like when people get on these guys, I'm like, it's so
Super
your
necessary.
mind. Your mind is in such a different place. You know what I mean, Michael. It's hard to when you're just like, stay the down. That's all you're thinking in your head. I don't want to give you any second of a chance to wake back up.
I've never slept anyone in the UFC. I've stopped lots of people, but I've never cracked them, slept them, and then gone, oh, dickhead. One more.
Yeah, I did exactly that too. The only person I've ever slept was Castillo with the back fist, and he was like a board. And I ran up and fucking hammer fisted him right in the face because that was the biggest win of my career at that point. We were at the MGM. I remember thinking when I saw it look back and he was out like on the ground, it's a split second reaction. And I remember thinking, oh, no, you're not going to. People don't realize like he doesn't look as dead to me when I'm in there fist fighting the guy. When he's down, I'm like, I'm going to make sure you're down. So I got a lot of shit for that one back in the day.
Speaking of shit, Herb Dean was getting insulted online for not getting there quicker. He said, oh, Herb's getting old and this and that. When you see it from a different angle, well, there's two angles. One where it looks like he wasn't trying to go after him. Then they cut to a different angle on the replay, and he did kind of get to his waist and was trying to pull him back. Just Robocop was quick, man. He
was right there. He was right there.
He was right there. He was right there. So well done to him. What was a more vicious knockout, Topuria or Robocop? I think Topuria's. Harrington and Brian, what do you guys say?
I think the Robocop knockout was a little more egregious. Like Topuria, like that was all fast action. Robocop walked out like it kind of looked like Khalil did when he was fighting Anthony, except for he did it.
Yeah.
Like he walked over and was like, I'm counting to 3, you know?
Yeah, to be fair, Khalil did do that. He walked over and then, I don't need to.
Yeah, Robocop could have done that exact same thing and the fight would have ended the same way.
Yeah. It did not need to happen. 100%. That's where I'm kind of torn on that one because it's like I've been in there, but mine even was quicker than that. He did have a minute to see that the lights were gone. But again,
I mean, Jack's hands were open and out. Like he was done.
He was out for minutes. He was out, unconscious.
Charles popped up and like congratulated it.
Illia, it was less scary overall. Yeah, he did get up and they were Charles. He's such a passionate guy with everything. He's whispering things in his ears. They're like covering their mouths and he's
like praying together.
Yeah, man. I love Charles. He's so extreme with everything.
Jack Hermansson did not have that. Jack Hermansson was stiff as a board while they were announcing, Gregory Rodriguez as the winner. So I'm gonna say the Rodriguez knockout was a little more devastating.
Here's what Callum said to me. He said the Oliveira knockout. Like back in the day when they were talking shit about MMA and they were trying to get it taken off the airwaves and stuff like that. He said that knockout right there with Charles's eyes open and in slow motion flopping about. He said. That's the kind of thing that they would point at to say, this sport is unsafe. It's like, well, listen, knockouts happening. Kickboxing, boxing, Thai boxing.
Oh, yeah.
Football, whatever. I just think the visual.
Muay Thai.
just the visual with the eyes open. Was
Well,
like
you know, the UFC too, they don't shy away from it. Like we lean into letting you know, like this is the sport. So you know they got that shot was right over top. Boom, right there. And they got that.
Yeah.
So if they had not shown that, it wouldn't have been as bad. Whereas Hermansson was just dead. It was scary. Felt bad for him.
All right, Harrington, what have you got for us, buddy?
All right. This one's kind of interesting. You were just mentioning Callum. He's of this age. Apparently, Gen Z is having a really hard time adjusting to having a job. Managers are saying these kids are coming in, after 3 weeks, they want a promotion. None of them want to be bothered outside of office hours, et cetera, et cetera. But the real big problem that they're having is that like a certain sect of them are just not showering. They're not showering. They're not putting on clean clothes. There's deodorant issues, and eye contact is almost unheard of for this generation. So they're bringing in etiquette coaches to teach these Gen Z employees how to like put on deodorant, wash your hair, look your boss in the eye while he's talking to you.
This is what happens when you put a whole generation of children on house arrest right before they become adults. Like that shit is wild.
No,
screens, all the screens, all of it.
ChatGPT psychosis.
ChatGPT psychosis. Let's get back into that. Where are you getting this information though, Harrington? What website says this? Because I fail to believe. I mean, there's always been scruffy, skanky people. I can think of some from my childhood. A couple of people that they were known for being the smelly ones.
Yeah. I always tell my kids now, I'm like, you don't want to be smelly. Brush your goddamn teeth. You don't want to be smelly.
We were not a rich family. You know what I mean? So my shoes, when I'd walk to school, I had like a
flip open.
The sole was always falling off, clopping down the bloody street and stuff. My mom never, because we had to wear school uniforms. So my shirt never got ironed. Let's just say that. But where are you getting your info, Harrington?
Okay. So this article that I pulled comes from the San Francisco Standard, which seems to be a very reputable paper. And it's based out of San Francisco, where a lot of these tech incubators are. So, maybe if you're dealing with a lot more tech guys, that might be the issue. But according to intelligent.com, a 2024 survey of 1,000 employers said that 12.5% or 1/8 of all interviewers brought a mom or dad with them to the job interview.
No, this is what's going wrong with the world. You're in the big wide world. You got to go to a job interview and you bring your mom and dad. That should have been the story you led with, Harrington. That's insane.
Well, I have some quotes from the article. Gen Zers see things differently. From their perspective, Millennial and Gen X managers have no work-life balance. Here's a quote: "No cap, my manager slacks me at 10 p.m. That's not okay. Still waiting for that work-life balance they promised us."
No cap.
No cap. Can't be slacking me that late, dog. No cap.
Say something intelligent, Paul.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny to hear that is what's happening, because you got generations of kids that have grown up just staring at screens, like Brian and even said with the chat GPT. I mean, you can ask it anything. You're constantly engaged, right? When we were kids, you had to go off and kind of, if you were bored, nobody gave a shit. You had to figure stuff out. You had to learn to improvise. You had to learn to make your own way, even as a little kid, to have fun. And now none of that's true. And you got to go to work. Nobody now wants to have to bust their ass and be miserable for a little bit. Like when we were younger, and even in college, like we ate like shit because we didn't have money, but it was okay because, I was on my own doing my thing. Like, I feel like they don't enjoy that process anymore. They want it to be easy.
Yeah.
Slackers.
I was just looking up the definition of Gen Z, because I was talking to Callum about this the other day. I'm like, are you not? You're a millennial. But he's not. He's a Gen Zer.
No, I'm a millennial.
You're born 1997 to 2012. So what's a millennial, Brian, if you're a millennial? I thought that would have been born around
At
the
9?
20th century.
Yeah, what is it, Brian?
I would have thought
I'm looking
millennial.
up the exact.
What am I?
81 to 96.
That's a millennial.
81 to 96.
Yeah.
So I'm a millennial too.
Yeah.
I'm
Killing
Generation
it.
X, bro.
Yeah, my brother's Generation X. Would that be?
With the toughest,
He was,
hardest,
no, you
coolest.
said 81, Brian.
Yeah, 81 to 96.
So my brother's, what are you, Michael? X.
I'm Generation X, like all the rock stars were. You know,
X Games, baby.
let's go.
Remember
These
the X
kids
Games?
today, pussies. Am I right, Paul?
Yeah, man. Get out on your skateboard and scrape your knee, losers.
Oh God. See, like last night, I was happy because Lucas went because he spends too much time on his computer. Callum always says that I use the same word, festering. I go, get out of your room, you're festering in there. And he didn't know it was a real word until recently. But like last night, Lucas went out. He went, because I used to say to Lucas, why don't you go down the mall with your buddies? He said, why do we want to go to the mall? I'm like, what do you mean? Go cruise the mall. Let's speak to some chicks. You know, look in the stores, have a laugh, annoy some people, trip someone up.
Pop.
When I was a kid, the big thing was, shall we get a chase? Did you used to do that?
No, what's a chase?
We would purposely get a
Get in
chase.
trouble?
Oh, yeah. Just like throw crab apples at cars.
Yeah, we did
just
that
do
too. We didn't
whatever
call
we
it that, but same thing. Yeah, we used to throw ice balls, like ice. We'd make ice balls in the snowstorms and wait till the car was going to peg the car window, almost break the damn thing. Like it's a game. We almost got killed by some people back in the day. Too.
Yeah, we used to go and get in the public toilets. We'd get the
blue puck.
No, the hand towels. We get the hand towels.
Oh God, and stuff it in there.
And then if you soak them in water, right, it makes a big sludge. And when you break a bit off and you throw it, it sticks.
Oh.
It sticks to anything. So you throw it to the side of a car or on a shop window or whatever, and it would stick and just annoy people to just annoy them. Just try and get a chase. Lucas was out last night. It was at the park. It was like 10:30 at night, and Rebecca's like, he's at the park. What is he doing at the park?
Yeah,
I'm like, he's enjoying himself. He's 50. I said, I'm happy he's at the park. I don't want him smoking weed or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but he should be hanging out with other teenagers. I don't know what they're doing. Having a laugh, busting balls, pulling wheelies on bikes. I know they ain't doing that because people don't ride bikes these days. You know, but you know what I'm saying?
Scooters. Electric scooters or electric bikes. It drives me nuts. That's where I show my age. When I see all these kids on motorized things, I'm like, pussies, get off that. Go learn how to really ride a thing and be a kid. Like they're just all scooting around on these motorized things. It's like,
and
is that playing? Are you playing?
That is sacrilege to you.
I'll hit that hill.
Goddamn.
With my legs.
Goddamn Gen Zers. But you're right, the electric scooters or the electric bikes. There's a very nerdy Facebook group, and I don't really go on Facebook, but there's a nerdy Facebook group in our neighborhood. I live in Anaheim Hills. It's called the Anaheim Hills Buzz. And basically, people just get on there and complain. They just bitch. And it's always about the kids
same thing around
on
here.
the electric bikes. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes we go on there just to laugh and look at the comments and go, look at what these people are complaining about. If they ever had a real problem in their life, I don't know how they would react, because you're complaining about kids on electric bikes. Get a grip. They're enjoying themselves.
Yeah. We just had a real bad issue with that. These young girls were riding one together at the same time, one of the electric scooters.
Back here.
And they crashed, and the car was coming around like a blind turn and ran the girls over.
Oh.
So no electric scooters should be not going to be on my kids' feet. Yeah.
When we were kids, were kids, did you not use the term a backy? That way you put someone on the back.
Somebody's riding on the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to get pegs. You ever get the pegs on the back of the bike?
Or on the handlebars?
Stand on it.
That was ballsy. That was ballsy on the handlebars.
Yeah, we'd have people on the front back. Oh, it was an accident waiting to happen constantly. And it would. We would. I remember running straight into a mailbox when I was a kid on my bike. And it hurt.
I used to fall on my bike all the time, man. All the time.
I still do. Dude, one of the most embarrassing. being a cyclist is already a bit embarrassing, right? I'm wearing tights and lycra, and I know everyone hates me. When you're out, you just you get defensive as a cyclist because you're like, I know you all hate me right now, so
It's
whatever.
true.
But sometimes you'll unclip wrong at like a red light, and you will just fall because you're clipped in and you screwed up, and you've ridden the bike a million times, and don't do that ever. And then in a busy intersection, you just.
Let me ask you, ever thought about going, this might sound crazy, no clips?
No,
Because
it's not about it because if I'm riding and I'm like really riding, it helps to be clipped in
because
it
you
helps
pull
with-
it up.
you're
Pull it
pulling
up.
up. Yeah. So it kind of completes the pedal.
Okay.
But it sucks.
All right, we're going to move on. We're going to move on.
You don't want to talk
Islam-
about cleats and pedals and
I
bikes?
don't.
It's not that kind of show?
Let us know in the comment section if you want to hear more
No,
about
they don't.
Paul
They don't.
Felder's triathlon escapades. Okay?
Nobody wants to know. We can absolutely move on from that. Yeah.
The love sack escapades of the.
Talk about the love sack. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass to put together. They make it seem like it's going to be super easy.
Love sacks. Harrington, what's the biggest news we've got to break down? I mean, Islam says he wants Jack Della Maddalena at MSG in November. I thought Saturday night, before I saw this stuff with Gaethje and Paddy, I thought Islam versus Topuria. MSG, that's the fight to put on, because before that they had Jones versus Aspinall. That was kind of the one that they thought. MSG is always going to be a big fight.
Oh, you have
Paddy versus Topuria.
Yeah,
would be big.
Huge. Yeah. It would be. You could absolutely put that there. I'm just curious to see why Dana was so reluctant. If the Drickus stuff is leaked information, I'm sure we'll find something out relatively soon. Because when is Chicago? When's that coming up?
August 19th, I think.
End of the summer. Yeah.
I just saw a video today. Hamzat's in the country. Apparently,
that's good.
That is good.
You should just stay here. Hopefully, right? Just stay in.
Be careful these days. Overstaying your visas.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't know if they're still protesting in LA, but they might be. There might still be some shit going on. Yeah, but Hamzat's in the country, so that fight's definitely going ahead. We don't know about what the co-main event is, but if you had to pick a fight for MSG, Islam said he wants Jack Della Maddalena there. I don't know if that's the fight, if I'm honest, and that's no disrespect to Jack. Jack's a tremendous fighter, and the way he beat Bilal was incredible. Him versus Islam will be a big fight.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like Illia is a superstar.
November, right?
Paddy is kind of in a different world. His popularity is through the roof. I think that would just be an insane matchup.
Yeah.
I think you can put Illia in there versus anybody, to be quite frank.
Yeah, maybe
Can you put
Illia
Islam
there.
in there against anyone? I think you can.
I think if it's Islam and Jack, I think if he's stacked with another big fight or something like that, but I don't know, as main event, if you put an awesome co-main event on there too, I think you could do that at MSG.
Yeah, me too.
You just sold pay-per-views on 24 hours notice for Money Moicano versus Islam. I think that was the litmus test for, like, it could literally be anyone. People are tuning in for this guy.
Yeah. You know, speaking of pay-per-views, we got to be careful how we approach this next subject because Jake Paul was competing Saturday night and he got another victory. And Piers Morgan and who was it? Virgil Ortiz or someone? I forget the name right now. Came out and they're accusing it of being a fake fight. Yeah. Jake Paul has come out and said, right, that's it. I used to put it down to haters just being haters. But that's it. From now on, anyone that talks shit about his career are going to get served with a lawsuit.
Yeah, I saw this.
How do you feel about that, Paul? Be careful.
I'm going to be careful. I think
allegedly.
I think allegedly, yeah. I think it just shows that that's getting under his skin is all that I think that says about him. If you're willing to go and try to serve up everybody that talks trash on you, it hit a nerve is what I think it did. But, for whatever reason.
You know, to be fair, I said to be fair. Listen, I've been a big critic of the guy. I don't know about. I don't think the fights are fake. I don't think they are rigged. I don't believe at all. I understand why that might be something that's really pissing off. I think everyone's entitled to their opinion. They want to say someone's so
you can talk all the trash you want, but accusing it of being rigged over and over again, if it's not, and you're, actually fighting these fights, you're going to get annoyed by that.
Saying someone's not taking on real opposition and, kind of manufacturing easier opponents. I mean, we can have our opinions all day long. I guess saying that they're fake fights, I guess that's a little different, Harrington.
Well, someone made a pretty good point on Reddit and said, this would be a great use case. Because if Jake did end up suing someone, all the court filing would just mean he would have to disclose all his papers. So all his contracts would come out. And if there is any of those contracts where it's clearly stated, hey, if you win, you get X, but if you, fight the entire 12 rounds to a decision, you get Y, that could certainly, skew someone to believe that, you're disincentivizing your opponents to get a knockout on you. But we won't know that until we see the contracts. We won't know that until we get to discovery if he does sue someone.
Yeah, but I think, and again, the fact that he's talking about suing I don't think my issue with Jake Paul's always been the same. I don't think that he's faking the fights. It's that he fought a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. It's that he fought, what's his name? Who did he fight at the weekend? I can't remember his name. The guy, Chavez Jr. You know what I'm saying? Who has been floating about and hasn't been a serious contender
for a long time.
And then it was Anderson Silva, and granted, Anderson was doing all right, but he's clearly past his prime. He lost a bunch in the UFC. It was, who else did he beat? Woodley. Again, it was like, dude, fight a boxer. Fight a boxer in their prime. That was it. He's done that once against Tommy Fury, got beat, and hasn't fought him since. That's always been my issue. Fight someone real, because apparently now he's ranked number 14 in the rankings. Fight someone else in the rankings, because now you've got what you wanted. You're a ranked boxer. Going out and threatening to sue people. It's just a bit
ridiculous. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's hitting a nerve with him. And I'm not saying it's rigged fights either. I'm just saying he's getting so upset for people even criticizing what he's doing that to me, that means he knows that, I am fighting guys that aren't, all anybody is asking you to do is fight an actual legit top contender in your division, and it's just not who he's fighting. So I don't want to get sued.
We don't want to get sued. Because that's the thing as well. The way it's, as someone that has been sued multiple times, and I think that's what ChatGPT was referring to, and as scandalous as they were, and then one of them in the end, after many years, got thrown out. After I spent a lot of my career earnings, it cost me a fortune. We had 3 trials, and in the end it got thrown out. But the problem is, if somebody serves you with a lawsuit, you have to defend, and it's going to cost you a fortune, and Jake Paul has the money to do that, and he might be going after people. So that's disgusting if he does that. Anyway, just suck it up, have a real fight, and then people will respect you for it. That's all we're saying. And we're entitled to our goddamn opinions. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's a difference between an opinion and like really, what's the word? Brian, what's the word when you
libelous, character assassinations. But I will say this though, I don't know if this is true. We did see that Ben Askren got his double lung transplant.
Wild, man.
Harrington and Brian, do we know? Because Jake Paul claimed that he paid for it. I mean, if he did, then fair play.
I don't know about that, but people have been giving Jake Paul his flowers on Twitter for just people I've seen posts be like, "Oh, my new favorite fighter." So maybe that is true, but I did hear that Ben Askren got his lung transplant.
So the report I saw is that Ben Askren did in fact get his lung transplant. The initial fee for the surgery was somewhere in the 1.1 to 1.2 million range. And Jake Paul came out and said, obviously it's been a very busy week for me, so I didn't get a chance to do anything for it yet, but I am planning to make a sizable donation to
whether he paid for the whole thing, a sizable donation regardless, that is a tremendous thing. But never mind him. Let's talk about Ben Askren. A double lung transplant?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I've had some gnarly surgeries. A double lung, the fact that they can do that is insane. The fact that that's what Ben Askren has had to go through, Jesus Christ. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about scary. I mean, how many daughters? I think he's got 2 or 3 daughters as well. I mean, that's just an awful. And then the insurance company denies it.
Denies it. I know. It's amazing. It's like, what are we doing here? How do you get denied for something like that when you're literally dying in the hospital because your lungs are failing? I don't understand. How is that just like you? See you later.
I saw somewhere, and Brian, jump in. I saw somewhere in the small print something like apparently transplants aren't covered in insurance or something like that.
Like devil's avocado, you could make the argument that the health insurance, like they don't think that it's going to work, so they don't want to spend the money to do it. I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's probably how their calculations go.
Yeah, well, listen, I see Ben now. I saw a picture of him walking about on crutches, so it seems like he's making a recovery, so that's fantastic news. Do you know who Chopper Reed Harris is?
Who?
Chopper. If you want to watch a good movie, go and watch Chopper, right? You'll like it, Paul. It's about an Australian criminal that went to prison. He was a bit of a psychopath. He gets out of prison, gets involved in all kinds of trouble. He's a career criminal, but it's a good movie, Chopper Reed. And this just popped in my head. I saw this on Instagram the other day. He was offered a liver transplant at 55 years old. And he turned it down because he said, I'm 55. I've lived my life and I abuse my body. There's some 10-year-old kid out there that needs it. I'd rather it went to them. And I was like, you know what? He might have been a psycho, but that's a pretty honorable thing to do.
Yeah, exactly. Because especially if it's due to your own devices and you know somebody out there who hasn't done that could benefit from it. Yeah, to recognize that. Because, I mean, it's easy to just be like, all right, I want to live. You know what I mean?
Chopper. Check it out. I'm telling you, you'll like it, Paul.
I'm going to watch it tonight. I've been looking for something to watch. We started watching Squid Game season 3.
Bro, I haven't seen any of the Squid Games. Last night, I don't know what show we were watching Mobland until recently, which is, by the way, trying to find something decent to watch on TV. It's
so much stuff. There's so much
shit.
So much stuff too. It overwhelms me.
It's so much shit and garbage and crap. And I put stuff on and I have to turn it off. There's nothing good made. I had to take the bull take it into my own hands. We're going to production of Atlas King next week.
There you go.
Tried to put you on there, Paul.
I know.
Make it.
Sucks.
That was a really good plug there.
It wasn't destined to be that though. But yeah, there's nothing to watch. If anyone's got a good show, and yes, of course, you don't have to say Breaking Bad. You don't have to say Sopranos. People always say The Wire. I couldn't get into The Wire.
That's what I'm about to do at this point. Is I'm about to go start watching shows that I never got to that are old school shows, like some of those. Like I haven't seen all of Breaking Bad. I should just go and start watching Breaking Bad.
Bro, what are you doing with your life? Restarting.
Well, apparently,
the whole thing.
I'm going to be watching that. That's what I'm going to do.
Have you seen Boardwalk Empire?
Again, some of it, but no, I haven't sat and watched the whole thing. Yeah. I'm bad at sitting and watching through all those things.
Sopranos?
Band of Brothers. You ever watched Band of Brothers?
Yes.
We can't watch Band of Brothers in our house because it's set around World War II. People actually died. So Rebecca doesn't want to watch it because it's too depressing.
Yeah. Oh man, one of my favorite movies is Saving Private Ryan. That movie is
again
brutal to watch.
Can't watch
brutal. Yeah, because you just know that stuff happened. Like, oh man,
this is great work, though, babe. It's great work.
But I know it's about World War II, but Rogue Heroes is really good. It's on the BBC. It's about like the SAS in World War II.
Okay, no, Rogue Heroes, I'll check it out. I'm just looking at the notes that Harrington put in here. Alex Pereira had fun sparring a fan on vacation. Okay, great. We got to talk about this. Brian, bring up the video. Sean, I can't believe we didn't mention this sooner. Fight? Sean Strickland, if you all know what I'm talking about. He's at a fight night. I think it was Las Vegas, Sunday night. His teammate was fighting someone. There was a bit of trash talk going on back and forth. The guy submits him by a guillotine. The guy flips off Sean. Let's have a look here. So guillotine's in deep. Gives a little, have my love sack.
Yeah.
And then look at Strickland.
Look at the walk. Look at the walk.
Cracked him twice. And just back that up a bit to where Strickland comes in, Paul. Because Chris Curtis was going in hard.
Oh, yeah, he goes right. Yeah, Curtis
To be fair,
saving him from him.
He's like, he sees Sean right behind him and he's like, all right, don't hit the.
Yeah.
So this guy, I forget his name now. I watched an interview with him yesterday. Look at this. I could watch this over and over. It's so comical. Strickland's walk.
The walk.
He's flipping. He's shrugging off his flip flops in his defense.
But
he's wearing flip flops.
He's so psychotically mad. He can't contain it. Right? The guy's a cop.
Yeah.
The guy's a cop, and then you can have bigger ramifications. Listen, I couldn't give a shit. You want to.
Yeah. He said he's not right. He said he's not going to. He doesn't want any action.
Yeah. But when you're a cornerman, for anyone that doesn't know this, when you're a cornerman, you get licensed by the commission.
Yeah, same
so
commission.
Paul could face a suspension here. Sorry, I keep saying Sean. Sean could face a suspension here by the Nevada State Athletic Commission or whichever state it was in. I mean, it's not going to be.
It was tough enough. I think it might have been in Vegas.
Yeah,
it was tough enough. So that was that in Vegas?
If they gave Nick Diaz 5 years for smoking weed, what does Sean get for hitting a fighter?
Bro, Nick Diaz originally, if you remember, was banned for life.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. Strickland, man. Strickland.
So what happens to Sean from this? Like, what could happen to him?
I hope nothing.
I mean, he didn't actually hit him, I don't think, but he definitely tried.
He did twice, but
it was held at the theater at Sahara. It was in Las Vegas.
The theater at Sahara. My God, the Sahara. I haven't been in there for years.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been in there.
Oh yeah, the far end of the strip where it's a bit more rundown these days, where all the crackheads hang out. The sketchy part is close to what's it called, the stratosphere.
Yes, I know.
You're getting sketchy.
Oh, Vegas.
Couple other Sean Strickland things. He had 2 workouts with NFL players. Neither one went as good as I'm thinking he expected them to go.
Did he get roughed up?
Have you seen these?
No.
Yeah, Brian, just see if you can find the videos if Harrington put them in the link. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're big old boys. Here they are doing sumo. The guy just drives him back and throws him to the ground.
Yeah, I mean, bro, these guys are so much bigger and stronger. It's ridiculous.
Play the other one as well, though, Brian. This other one was like really impressive. Apparently, this guy wrestled for a long time as well before playing football because he shoots in. He does like an ankle pick or like a really low single. Watch this. Hold on.
Oh, arm drag. Oh, single nice.
Hold on. Watch this. So Sean defends the single here, breaks free. Here it is.
Oh.
Did the Tony Ferguson.
Yeah, he can move too, man.
He's a big old lump. Yeah.
Jeez. Oh,
I know. Anaconda.
Oh, you gotta like that. That guy's got some stuff. He's got a future if he doesn't want to be in the NFL anymore.
Been a good
Give him some gloves. Immediate heavyweight.
Not been a good week. Before we wrap this one up, how long we've been going? Hour and 25. Anything else, Harrington, that we missed in the notes? Obviously, Aljamain Sterling's taking on Brian Ortega in Shanghai. Are you going to be in Shanghai, Paul?
It's right around the baby.
Oh.
I was supposed to go, and I was like, that might be a little too close to the birth of the child. And if I'm stuck in Shanghai.
Atlas King, straight to Dubai, come back, commentate in Vegas. Next day, go to Thailand. teach at Bangtao. From there, go straight to Shanghai. I'll be there, but Paul won't. I'm kind of disappointed, Paul. I got to, you put in the baby first. Who am I going to have to deal with now? John Gooden and Laura Sanko? Come on.
Probably your team.
It's a great team. Harrington.
You were asking about just anything else for you guys. One note for the Royval Van fight. Royval is getting his win bonus on top of the 50K. Dana said that at the post-fight presser, said it was such a good fight.
Nice.
Couldn't deny either guy. So that was pretty cool from Dana. Peyton Talbot got back in the win column.
Yeah.
Impressive victory.
I doubted him. I was wrong.
Called out Adrian Yanez. Yanez for a fight. So we'll see if that materializes. And then the only other thing I had is there's no fights next week. We have Lewis versus Teixeira on July 12th. We have an off week, which has been pretty rare since March. So I wanted to see if you guys wanted to plan anything. Tease the believers for next week.
Well, I mean, you're putting us on the spot. Let us think about something. But Saturday is the 4th of July. If you were here for the start of the show and you weren't late and you prioritized the podcast, like we clearly do, you would have known that we went in depth and that the 4th of July is a sacred time in the Bisping household. We will be, in-laws get here as well on Thursday. It'll be a big barbecue. I'll buy the meats. I'll season the meats. I'll attempt to cook the meats. My father-in-law will steal the barbecue tongs. Because you know how it is, the war. Whoever has the tongs
is leading.
Is in control of the barbecue.
Well, Australia lost the war to kangaroos, so I think you could win that one.
Yeah. But other than that, other than hanging around and trying to not drink, that's what I'll be doing. Trying to not drink. Not that I'm an alcoholic, but it's a barbecue. It's 4th of July. The sun will be shining. The meats will be cooking. The beer will be flowing. It's
tough. Barbecues are tough when you're trying to not have a beer. It's tough.
I know. First day on set on Monday, I want to go up all looking slim and, get sucked down. That was my plan this week. I'm going to have a week of dieting. I'm going to
trim it down.
I'm going to blow it on Saturday.
Well, just eat the meats.
Eat the meats.
Eat the meats.
Thanks for what? Oh, do we have any questions sent in to bympod@gmail.com?
Really?
I got a few questions today if you want to stick around.
Yeah, we'll do a question or two. Come on, what you got, Brian? Hit us with it. Where did they send them, Paul?
bympod@gmail.com. You can send your questions.
Should they like and subscribe to the channel?
I believe so. I think it will help the algorithm.
They should leave a comment as well.
Yeah, it definitely helps the algorithm.
It does. We should say this early because by this point, no one's watching. You know what I mean?
It's not true. It's not true. People are watching it all the way through.
Let us know in the comment section where in the world you're from. And if you're from Uganda, stand up tall. What's the question?
So first question here is from Brett Vigil.
Here I got a 2015 Topps Fighter Worn card from Michael Bisping. My question is, what's the process that goes through this? And how do we know these are legit? And what's the most you've ever sold your fight worn products for?
The process. The process is a pain, right, Paul?
To get the cards?
No, like I get sent. You must do deals with Topps.
I've done them where I had to sit and sign.
They send thousands of cards.
Billion of them. Yeah. It's a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass. You get
worth
they send you thousands of, and they pay you well. You know,
they'll send clothing and stuff too, and it's got all different stuff, and they cut that up into some of them have like little pieces of a shirt that you wore, and little pieces of shorts and things in them. Some of them are like thick.
It's handy though when the deal comes in. You're like, oh, nice. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll do it every time.
25 grand or something. But then you gotta go through with it, and your arm is. And I'm like, I wish I never came up with such an elaborate signature when I was a kid.
Yeah, see, mine's a mess, thank God, but it's consistently a mess, so it's easy. But even by the end of that, though, you're looking at your own.
It doesn't resemble.
You almost forget how to write your name. You're like, what?
Yeah, because one after the other, and it takes days and days. But thank you for the question, Brian. What else?
We got a question here from Josh about the future of the UFC.
What's up, guys? Josh from New Jersey here. I was wondering, what do you guys think all four of you, Mike, Paul, Harrington, Brian, like, what do you think the UFC landscape is going to be like once, I don't know, Dana White's retired, Joe Rogan's gone, Bruce Buffer's gone? Who's gonna step up and fill Dana's shoes? I feel like someone has to. But I don't know if it's possible for anyone to do that. Like, once Dana's gone, is it gonna get all like censored and then trying to like appease to sponsors and shit like that, like any other organization? I don't know. Not looking forward to it. But if you take the question, thanks, guys.
Well, I love the fact that you're eating a bowl of pasta whilst you send in the question. There's a little tidbit. If you want to get it played in the future, that's what you do. Look, listen, again.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I know. I'm starving, man. I haven't eaten a thing
Yeah, I'm
yet.
hungry too.
And I'm going straight to the gym after this. That's the plan.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
You'll be happy you did.
Yeah, no, I will. Fasting. Yeah, look, I don't want to sit here and glaze Dana because everyone's going to talk shit. But Dana has been like, you know, the face of the UFC and like built it to what it is today and had the passion for it. And of course, the way that he is and allows freedom of speech and all the rest of it. It's fantastic. And I know there's a lot of critics and a lot of things out there, but I'm telling you, the sport wouldn't be where it is if it wasn't for Dana. But, you know, there will come a time. Of course, people don't live forever. Bruce Buffer, I think Bruce Buffer will keep going to the day he dies. I think Bruce Buffer would love to die whilst announcing the name. That's his, like, he'll get the attention. Like, that'll be the way Bruce Buffer would choose, you know?
Yeah. Buff's going to be doing that as long as he possibly can. And good for him. Good for him.
Hey, God bless him.
They're going to have to kick Buff out. Be like, dude, you're 97 years
Joe
old.
Martinez for that microphone. They'll be like, you're a little bit old. They're like, I'll take Joe Martinez all day long. But someone else will come along. I mean, there'll be Hunter Campbell, probably.
Yeah, he's got to be in the mix. See, exactly. You need somebody that's been side by side with him, seen how he operates, see how things want to go, and how to keep the integrity of the company, and just they'll figure something out. But I think he's not going anywhere. Hunter's
not I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a very smart man, of course, but he ain't no corporate pussy, if that's what the people are wondering about. You know, Hunter's like a real guy. You can have a real conversation with him. I have a lot of respect. Yes, Brian?
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys, it's probably going to have to be somebody like Dana hand picks to not get up, right? I would imagine.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
I think he'd have a lot of say in it. Yeah, they would say, okay. Years ago, there was talk about DC doing it and Chael Sonnen doing it. You know, I mean, I'll throw my hand out there. I'll take it. I will run the UFC. If that's what you want, screw it. I'll do it.
All right. I think that's it. I think it's settled. I think we've worked this out. Now we've got a plan in place. I'm not worried anymore, actually. I'm not worried.
The successor has been chosen.
I mean, you'll crush all the press conferences. That'd be great.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You also won't take shit off of anybody in the audience.
It will not be happening.
On people. Oh, not that guy. That guy. Let's move on.
We don't want questions from him. Do we have one more, Brian? You said a few. Do we have one more, like, real question?
Real question? Yes. I have a question for literally everyone here. So I'm just going to play this one.
3. Bisping, thanks for the video of you running around the city. Please do that more often, and thanks for commenting back to me. It really made my weekend, and I really appreciate it. I think Colum should wear one of Paul Felder's special hats on his walkout and use his surname. And Paul, we appreciate you on the podcast. You've been a great addition, and we love what you bring and your consistency. Brian and Harrington, this question's for you. You've been a part of the podcast for a long time. How did you get into the position you're in, and do you ever want to take it further in any way? And for Bisping and Paul, what are some of the most beautiful cities you've been in the UFC? I know probably Dubai's on that list, and probably Seattle. Appreciate you guys. Thanks.
Seattle is not on the list. Dubai, we haven't done a UFC in Dubai.
No. Wouldn't be on my list anyway, Dubai. Cool.
Sydney. Have you done Sydney,
I haven't
Paul?
been to Sydney yet. Mm-mm.
Beautiful, beautiful place.
How'd you guys feel about old Baku?
Baku was cool, man. It was definitely
Baku
cool.
was great. But in terms of beauty,
Yeah.
Sydney's on another level, man. It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. I love the way that he was either coming from 1942 in the question or just farting like a maniac the whole time. What was the question for you, Paul?
I think the same, the cities. And I'd say Auckland was one of my favorite spots that I've ever been to. Singapore is really freaking cool.
Singapore's nice.
Where did we go?
Right,
In like Copenhagen was another really awesome spot that I've been to. It's just a cool spot. I had a lot of fun.
I'm jealous. I haven't been to Scandinavia at all.
Been to Sweden was awesome too.
Yeah. Do we want to hear how Harrington and Brian got involved with the podcast, and did they aim to take it further? I mean, Harrington's doing
It's very easy.
How did you do it, Brian? How did you make it here?
Mostly luck and a little bit of preparedness.
There you
That's
go.
pretty much it.
Harrington's answer will be much longer.
No, I mean, look, I wanted to work in this business for a long time. I when Fighter and the Kid was looking for an intern, I reached out to them. I ran into Ariel after I think it was the who the f- is this guy press conference. I was there and I bumped into Ariel outside and I was like, dog, I will bring you coffee for a year. You don't even got to talk to me. I just want to learn anything about this business. Dude laughed at me. And I remember,
none of the people, surely not.
Yo, the nose knows I'm no good. I was working at Gas Digital. I got an internship for Legion of Skanks, and like Brian said, preparedness, dude. Like I was just sitting BSing with Lewis, being like, oh, I mean, if you're doing a show with Bisping today, you got to talk about X, Y, and Z. He's like, dude, you want to just do notes for us? And then, over the course of like maybe 6 months, Bisping was like, I kind of like that guy, and that was that. Now I'm just here.
Now it's just here.
I'm just here.
Now it's just here. And now we're not. Now that's the end of the show. Now we're going to go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. No fights this weekend. So whatever you do,
stay safe.
Great 4th of July. Stay safe. Yeah. Make memories. Be
1776.
Let's go. Let's go.